Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't forget the 3 H's. I created the 3 H's in regards to people's comments about food, weight, diet-related talk, but it can work with this topic too. I call it the 3 H's. I'm going to be reading a lot just because I don't want to forget anything, but basically it's this: the problem. How to deal with people who talk constantly about weight, weight loss, and/or dieting. What this problem can be: triggering, sad, annoying, unhelpful, angering, any or all of the above. A lot of the time, this person in question is someone you love, respect, or call a friend, so it gets tricky, and sticky, and downright icky. I tend to suggest the 3 H's. The 3 H's are humor, honesty, and heart-to-heart. So let me explain this. Let's say the person in question says, "I can't believe I gained 5 pounds." You could laugh and say, "You probably just need to go to the bathroom," and soften the situation with a little humor, making light of it and therefore letting the person know it's okay, but at the same time not getting into it with them if it would make you uncomfortable or be triggering. Let's say the person in question says, "I am so fat." You could respond with, "Of course you're not fat. You're beautiful just the way you are. That's one of the reasons I love you." It's honesty. And people sometimes shrink away from it because it feels so serious and so open. And because people without eating disorders don't always put it out there like that. But if you do care about the person saying this, then combat her negative comment with something real. Another example is this. Let's say the person in question says, "I need to go on a diet." Your response could be, "No, you don't. A diet isn't necessary to make you feel better. It isn't the answer." There's some honesty for you. People don't usually talk frankly and poignantly like this with one another, but sometimes it's the best thing. Sometimes the person with whom you're having a conversation needs to hear it. You might feel strange giving so bold of a reply to their comment, but it takes the conversation in a different direction, a non-triggering direction, an empowering direction, a good direction. On to the last H. Let's say the person in question says, "I'm trying to lose weight. I only ate a salad and a Diet Coke last night," and goes on to detail their food intake or their pride in dieting even if it's not necessarily unhealthy. By the way, a salad and a Diet Coke for dinner. Pretty unhealthy. You'll be doing yourself a favor if you have a little heart-to-heart and say, "I don't want to blow off what you're saying because I am listening, and I want you to feel like you can talk to me about things, but it's really hard for me to hear details about food and dieting. I want to be honest with you about this for my own good. I don't have a problem with you. I just have a problem that I'm working on. I hope you can understand." You're not apologizing. You're being truthful. You're worrying about yourself first, as you should. And you're still being a good friend. And you can be as vague or as open as you feel you need to be when having a little heart-to-heart. If the person knows about your eating disorder history, it might be easier, but even if the person doesn't, there are still plenty of ways you can say what's written above without revealing more information than you're comfortable with. If the person asks something you're not happy answering, you simply have to say, "I hope you won't mind, but I don't really want to talk about that right now. But let's keep talking." These kinds of things are difficult, but once you learn to do them, you'll be much better off and much better equipped to handle what gets thrown at you in this life. So, again, the 3 H's are humor, honesty, and heart-to-heart, and they are all really, really, really good to use in these situations, and you can use one of the 3 depending on who you're with or what the statement is that was said. And after all, using the 3 H's is better than just sitting or standing there quietly, listening to comments like these, feeling triggered and trapped. Am I right? You might be surprised how much your own voice thrown into the mix makes a difference. You also might be surprised to find how easy it really is when you start saying something back. These weight loss, dieting conversations happen far more often than you might like, so learning how to handle them is a definite must. And I truly believe this, and believe me, I would not suggest anything that I haven't tried myself or use on a daily basis. So hopefully that was helpful. Remember that if someone knows you're trying to do better, they may feel they should comment, even if nothing is really very different with your physical appearance. Take every comment with a grain of salt. People will comment on anything and everything. Be prepared for it, because you can't stop it. It's going to happen. Let it roll off your back, or at least make that effort. You only have to answer to you, not them. Make a promise not to think about the comments until later. If someone says something well-intended, just make an appointment to deal with it for 5 minutes and move on. You're not allowed to stress over it later in the day or week. Yes, I said make an appointment. If you mentally pencil in 5 minutes to worry about the comment, but know your time is up after that, you'll be better off. You have to be professional with yourself till you get the hang of it and the things people say don't bother you so much anymore. Make an appointment to deal with the comment and then keep going on with your day. You're not telling yourself you have to like it and make yourself okay in 1 second flat. You're allowed to deal with it for a small chunk of time, but you're not letting yourself get sucked into a bad day or a few self-hating or worrisome hours simply because of a well-intended comment. This obviously works for comments that aren't so well-intended as well. You can find some good in everything, so find it and run with it.